Minecraft 1.17 just released, and it's good? It could be better. There's a lot people want, but it could also be worse. So much worse, I'm making it worse. Desaturate that subscribe button. Glow squids, they don't really glow. I mean, they like visually glow, but if you look at that candle, they don't glow, they don't give off light. So I fixed it. Let's gather every glow item in the game. Glow berries, glowstone dust, glow ink sacks, and glow lichen. Craft these all together into glow. Now, I can finally make the glow squid glow. Here we go. Alright, that was a little too much. So Mojang added copper ingots, but they didn't add a whole tool set for them? Come on, Mojang, you should know us better. We won our copper swords. I can't wait to slash mobs with these. Maybe they could be like slightly better than Alright, that was pretty foolish of me running out into the rain with a copper sword, but this lightning rod will divert any lightning. Speaking of copper, you can use an axe to scrape off the oxidation. I'm sure you know this hack already. So I thought if it's going from green to orange, then what if it just goes from orange to red to purple to perfect? Well, no more oxidation. You've probably been in a situation where you have dirt in the middle of your path. Fortunately, if you paid close attention to the 1.17 patch notes, you know that you could finally turn dirt in a path, as well as mycelium, coarse dirt, podzol, rooted dirt, you name it. So I thought to myself, why stop there? Why not sand, gravel, even regular grass? Why not? Nothing stands in the way of my path. Come here. Don't ask. So now we have raw variants of our metal ores, which can be turned into blocks, but for some reason, this choice was only made for the raw ores. Come on, you know we have raw meats, right? Which only means one thing. Raw meat blocks. Come on, look at him. You wouldn't say no to this feature, right? You know what's arbitrary? 4. More specifically, the fact that sea pickles only go up to 4, turtle eggs only go up to 4, and candles go up to 4. But why just 4? Why not like 5 or 10 or 192? Drip leaves are great fun for parkour enthusiasts, but what doesn't make sense about them is the fact that they go back up. These are plants. So I made a change. They aren't going back up. You broke them. They're just permanently like that. Are you happy, parkour enthusiasts? Oh yeah, and it's not fair to do it just for the big drip leaves. You gotta have it for the small ones too. They just fall over. Do you really expect these things to hold your weight? Hey, while I'm standing on it, let's talk about moss. With 2 pieces of moss, I can make a carpet, which is totally fine, until you consider the fact that wool has carpets, but also beds and banners. Well, that's not fair for moss, is it? So I added moss beds and moss banners. And yes, these work just like their wool counterparts. The azalea bushes are a great new feature for building. However, for survival mode players, there's a problem. If you find a flowering azalea, there's no way to turn it into one without flowers. So with a bit of code, I made it so when you click with shears, the flowers go away. But of course, if you can remove the flowers, then you can also remove the leaves. And so we run into a problem because now we have flowers with leaves, leaves without flowers, no flowers or leaves, and flowers without leaves? Well, I had no other choice. If you sneak then shear, you only get the flowers. Flower pots can fit a ton, from flowers to non-flowers, but some things are missing. And no, I'm not talking about double plants, I'm talking about the spore blossom. So I made it possible. You can pot the spore blossom now. Oh, what? Oh, alright, yeah. I guess that makes sense. Now sure, pointed dripstones are a very efficient way of killing things, but you know what would make them more dangerous? If falling dripstones could break blocks. They don't break it. It's not gonna stop. With this, you can literally make drills, and they're not gonna stop until they hit bedrock. And by hit bedrock, I mean they go through bedrock. Bye-bye. Yeah, the only way to stop these is by, turning them into paths. I was so excited to learn that rails could finally get waterlogged. This feature has so much potential for cool builds. So it only makes sense that we also have lava-logged rails. Oh. This update came with a screaming variation of goats, so why not have this for other mobs, for example, villagers? Instead of them ramming you, they scream when you, punch them. Fun fact, axolotls have very poor eyesight, but not for long, my little friend. I have added glasses. Oh, look at you! Now that this axolotl has glasses, it can finally move to further stages of its life. It can start learning to read. It can get an education and graduate. I'm so proud. It can become a path block. On the topic of glasses, a new use for tinted glass. Swap out these glass panes for it, and you get some rad sunglasses. Aw yeah, check out how cool I am. I am freezing. I'm cool, but at what cost? My temperature? Speaking of tinted glass, what if glass isn't the only thing that amethyst shards tint? If I remove this, oh my, tinted air? Of course, just like tinted glass, light doesn't go through it, but you can. Amazing. Since we're on the topic of amethyst, why not take random sound, one of the most unique aspects of amethyst, and fuse it into a block? That's right, the amethyst piano. When I press these keys, a random melody will play. Let's find out. Come on, really? Good riddance. To round off our conversation of amethyst, let's talk spyglasses. When you hold one and zoom in, you get a nice square view. But what happens when I put one in my offhand and one in my main hand? It just makes your view worse. I don't know why you'd want this. Don't do this to yourself, there's literally no benefit. Bundles are an item that are only obtainable through commands. This is cause they're unfinished, but I have an idea that could finish them off a little more. Bundling entities. This bundle now holds a cow and boom, you're back. Bye bye. I can even have different bundles for different mobs and then put them back in. I can even do a little kidnapping. You saw nothing. All this bundling is functioning, but I have a question that is rumbling. What happens if you do this to a player? Thank you, Shammbles, for joining me on such short notice.
Yeah, no problem. What do you need? Should I clean out your mods folder again?
Shh, we don't talk about that.
Oh, sorry.
Alright, listen up. I am improving 1.17, and I need you to test something. I need you to bundle me. I need you to put me in that bundle. Bundle me. Put me in the bundle.
But
for science.
Are you sure about that?
Do it.
Okay. You're sure?
Yes. That's what it's like. Alright, you can let me out now. You can let me out now. Let me out. You know how to open a bundle, right? Hello?